Hi guys, I'm Annabelle and welcome to Meeple Village. Today we're going to be doing a full run through of Lewis and Clark the Expedition. This is a Euro game which is not something I play often on my channel, but I was asked to play more Euro games on the channel and I was also asked to play this game, so join me at the table and let's play it. Alright guys, I have the game set up and ready to go. This is going to be a solo gameplay because the game does support solo and the game is pretty similar, except of course you don't have another player making decisions. So the way that they fix that is usually you're racing. This is a race. This is a race to go from St. Louis all the way to Fort Clatsop. Something like that. The font is weird, but I will think that that's that. Geography not being the best. So usually you're racing your opponent or opponents to see who's the first one to get to the American flag. Let's just put it that way. But because you don't have an opponent, what happens is the IA, your fake opponent, is going to be moving one space every turn after you do your stuff. So it really puts the pressure on you because you keep seeing him go, even though he doesn't have to go through all the trouble that we have to go through to actually move down the river, which you're going to understand when we start playing. So other than our starting spot, we have here the natives, which it's a worker placement mechanic in the game. So you're going to place these little Indians. We have 6 in a solo game. There are different counts depending on how many players there are in the game, and you can take action. So basically, gather resources, etc. Have all my resources over there. There's also a deck building aspect in the game. You want to get better cards if you can. The costs are here. We'll go over all of that when we start playing, but there is a deck building aspect here. And also a difference from the solo game is when you're playing with multiple opponents, it has that kind of like Seven Wonders or the Castles of Matt King something, which I haven't played. I played it once, I think. But that same system where you are playing cards in front of you, but then the cards that you play are going to be affected by the cards of the people that are next to you in both directions. And since we don't have anyone with us, what the game does is it gives you these little tokens, and that's going to replicate other players having played cards that would help you. So wherever there's an Indian in these spots, it's like an opponent has played that symbol. And again, that will make more sense when we start playing the game. We have over here some extra, what do you call it, spots to place resources. Because if you look at your player board, this is our caravan, I guess you could say. La Pinta, La Niña, La Santa Maria. Sure. And we start with a few boats, I guess canoes and stuff. So this is a boat where we have our starting resources, but then we have an empty boat, another empty boat, a boat with one Indian, and a boat that can hold multiple Indians. And that's also very important. In this game, the way you know if you can put one or many, it's by the shape of the circle. So in a solid circle, only one person, one Indian or native can go. But in a semicircle, a circle that is not completely closed, you can put as many as you want. And of course, there are costs for that, and we'll go over that when we start playing the game. I think I went over setup. I'm going to lay these guys down because not because they're sleepy, just because it's going to be easier for you to see where we're at. If they're standing up, they're harder to see. But that's it. Oh, I have cards. Everybody has different, not a different. They're essentially they do the same thing. They're different colors, so you know which ones are yours. And the pictures, the images are different because this is very historic. So every character that is in the game is actually comes from real life, and you can go in the book and read all about them. And you're gonna see some of them because we're gonna probably need to go into the book because I love that the game does its best to be language independent and it's full of iconography, but some of the icons are hard to understand. Then when you go to the book and you check them out, you're like, okay, yeah, that icon makes sense. But at first glance, they might not. But every card, not our actually even our starting ones, I think there's an explanation for them. But every card that we can purchase has a number, and you can reference that number in the book and the manual to see exactly how that card works, which is really clever. All right. And with that, we can go to gameplay. Okay, so on our turn, there are two things that we can do. We can either take a native and send it out to do an action, or we can play cards to do actions. And that's pretty much our choice. Then we have two optional things that we can do. Two or one? One. No, two, yes, two. We have two. I was like, what's the other one? My mind just blanked. So there are two other optional things that we can do. We don't have to do these things. One is to set up camp. Because remember how I told you that you have to get to the American flag? Well, it's not your guy that has to make it to the American flag. Even if he's here, you have not won the game. The camp, which is denoted by this tiny little symbol in your color, that's what needs to make it all the way to the American flag. So you can set up camp, and we will go over that because I will definitely be setting up camp, or else I'm going to lose. So you can set up camp optionally. And the other thing that you can optionally do is get cards, purchase a card. And again, their costs are up here. We're going to go over that in a minute. So first action of the game, do I want to send my native and get some resources? Do I want to play my cards? Do I want to do, you can also do the optional things first. It's like I could say I want to set up camp first. But of course I don't, because I haven't moved. And what camp does is sets this up wherever you've moved, and also refreshes your cards so you get your cards back in your hand. So I don't want to do that. But I do kind of like getting cards because I feel like the starting cards are great, but if you can combo them with some of the cards here, even better. And I'm looking at this one, and I do start with a few resources, not many, but I do start with some. And this card will provide me with a new action when I play it, that for 2 wood, I can move in 2 spaces in the water. So kind of like that one, and I do have the resources for it. So I'm thinking maybe that's will be my first thing that I'm going to do this turn. So Annabelle, you said you have the resources for them. What do you mean? If you look at the top, it tells you how much they cost. So this card costs 1 fur, 1 yellow cube, and 1 equipment, 1 gray equipment. And as you go down, you're going to see that they get more expensive in fur, 3, 4, etc. And the equipment varies depending on the strength of the card. And I'm going to explain that in 1 second. So, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend my fur and my equipment, and I'm going to get me a new card. As soon as you get a new card, you put it into your hand. Everything slides down, making the cards a little cheaper, and a new card comes out. This is number 18 with, I think this one helps you with camping. But that's, I mean, I don't have 5 equipment, and I don't know that I'm going to get 5 equipment anytime soon. All right, so I did my optional thing. Now let's do the real thing, the meat and potatoes. So I will play a card. Now I know that because of the new card that I got, I want to get wood somehow, some way. So maybe I can set out to get some wood. And you know what? I think I will. As my first action, I'm going to send my Indian or my native. They call them Indians. I don't know if that's the appropriate term anymore. I guess back then it was. And over here in this particular spot, I have a choice. I can either get 2 fur, which would be great to get me new cards, or I can get 2 wood. You guys I'm pretty sure most of you know that I want to choose the wood because of the new card I just got. 2 wood is going to let me move in the water. So in this game, you're either going to be moving in the water, or you're going to be moving through mountains. And you actually, the game comes with tokens that you can play, so you can make the game different. So I can make this water space into a mountain space, and this mountain space into a water space. But basically that's it. There's the water spaces, and then there's a few mountain spaces, more mountain spaces, and then woof, finally we end up in the water. So all right, so I took my turn because I sent a native, and that is the meat and potato. The other optional thing that I could do is to camp, but again, I don't want to camp. I could not play cards because I decided to send a native out. So my turn is over, and guess what? He is moving already. Yeah, okay. And so also, I put my resources here. I can put them wherever I want. It's just that I know that this is the most convenient spot, and you will understand that when we get to camping. But just quickly, this is free. You can hold 3 resources for free, but here it costs a time or a moving back 1 in your spot if you have any resources here. And with this one, it's you lose one time or move backwards one on the river or mountains per resource you have here. This is free. An Indian here or a native here is free. And this is a time per native that you have in this semicircle. So I'm looking to keep my time down. And you can rearrange these at any time. But that's it. That was one turn. And if I wasn't talking, probably turns will go a lot quicker, but I want you guys to understand what I'm doing while I'm doing it and why. So let's go to turn number two. So I have the same predicament. Do I want to buy cards? I cannot afford cards. So my optional idea of buying cards, I cannot do it right now. Maybe if I get some resources, I could do it. It's going to be hard because it's impossible for me to get two different kinds of resources in one turn. So I am not even going to look at the cards. Next, do I want to send an? Do I want to camp? I still don't want to camp. Now my choice is: do I want to send a native or do I want to play cards? I don't have any more natives, so guess what, guys? I have to play cards. So let's take a look. These cards are double-sided. One side shows strength, the other one shows an action. Let me show you. So on the back of all these cards, you're going to notice that they have uh, um, three spots with the symbol of the natives. That is how strong the card is. So this is a one strength, but this one is a two strength card. And what happens is when you play an action, which are on the other side, you're going to have to play a strength. So you're not playing just one card, you're actually playing two cards in a turn. Let's put my new card to use. This is the card I just got last turn. If I spend two wood, I can move two times across on the river. I'm going to play it with a strength 1. So that means that I multiply 1 times the action. So one time I can do the action. If I would have played it with this card, like so, then I could do this twice. I could spend 4 wood and move 4 spaces. But I don't have 4 wood, so there is no reason to spend my strongest or my biggest strength card in this action. So I'm gonna go like this. And on top of all of that, there's something else you have to keep a lookout. Because these symbols, remember I told you at the beginning of the game how they're out on the powwow, on the native territory. They're important. They're going to help you collect resources. So, and whatever you play is going to help you collect resources later. And you'll see it because I will be collecting resources soon, and you'll understand what I'm saying. But you kind of have to also be careful with that. But what I did was I chose a card that I'm probably not going to use because this one lets me collect. If you look at the action, it lets me collect food, and I'm not planning on collecting food for now. I do start with 1 food. I might be crazy. I will say I'm not the best at these puzzle games, but I'm going to try my best to get there. All right, so that's it. We're going. We're going to move to. And the cards I played stay in front of me because, like I said, they will affect. If I was playing with more players, they might affect the other players when they play their cards. And in my case, it will affect me plus whatever natives are already out there. I do have to spend 2 wood. So here's my wood. And I get to move 2, 1, 2. So I am ahead of him. Okay. By the way, if I ever, let's say I was here, which I wouldn't want to be because that would mean that I really did poorly at the beginning of the game. But let's say that I was here and I have to move 2 with my 2 wood, 1, 2. I cannot stand on top of someone else, so I will actually jump them and get here. So that's something else that if I was better with strategy, I will plan to see when I could jump them and get an extra move for free. But I didn't. I just kind of went with the card that you guys have seen already. And I did my action that is required. So now again, I can do some optional actions like buy cards or camp. But I don't want to camp because when you camp, you lose time if you have cards in your hand. So I kind of want to play my cards out before I camp. So I am done, and you know what happens at the end of my turn. This guy is going to move, and he's going to jump me, which is terrible. I really did not plan that very well. I'm just trying to give you a feel for the game. I'm not going to make the best decisions. I will be honest, I haven't played this game in years. I used to play this game all the time. Like this was one of the most played games in my household. I would play a solo, I would play with friends, but then you get new toys. And when you get your new toys, you forget about your old toys. But one of you guys asked me to play it. He actually just saw it back there, or she, and asked me. I'm pretty sure it was a he. and asked me, "Hey, would you play that one that's back there on your shelf?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll bring it out. I didn't even remember that I had that. I love that game, and here we are." But again, I will probably fail, and that's okay. At least you get an idea of how the game plays. So yes, I did my first worst decision. Let's keep going. So he moved. So now we're back to me. I don't have any more natives, so I'm gonna have to play cards. Okay, and here's my choice for this turn. I'm going to play this card to collect fur. I'm going to do it as strength 1. And I'm using the card that lets me collect wood because I already used my wood, and I used the card that lets me move with um, the wood, which I guess if I was smarter, I would collect more wood, then put a strength 2 on the card that you just saw and move further, but I'm not. Anyway, so we're going to do one time, we're going to collect equipment, not equipment, fur. And here's what I was talking about that weird way that you get to collect resources. So I will look on my board on my play area and see how many of these fur symbols I have, and I have 2. So one time I can collect 2 fur. So that will mean I will collect 2 fur, but it doesn't stop there. I also look over here at my natives. This is only in the solo game. So remember, I have no other people to copy or to help me collect more fur. And there is a native here in this spot with a fur symbol. So that means I get to collect 3 fur. Now, you don't have to. You can collect as much as you want, up to 3. And that's because remember, you don't want to overload your boats, because if you overload your boats, you're going to have to pay more time when you camp and move backwards. And that, of course, is no bueno. But I think for now, I'm okay with collecting 3. I am hoping to get cards. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna put 2 here. And then this one doesn't matter where I put it because it will cost me 1 time here and it will cost me 1 time there. So just put it here. If I have 3 resources on this boat, it still costs me just 1 time. Whereas here is 1 per. Okay. And I played a card, so that was my action. Now I can do optionals, I can buy cards, but I need equipment and I don't have any, so I'm not doing that. And then the last thing that I can also choose to do is to camp. But again, like I told you before, I have cards. This will move us back 3 times, which will put us at a place worse than when we started. So I don't want to camp yet. So at the end of my turn, Mister is going to move. And he has a name. I just forgot what his name was. All right, so he's done. He's quick. When you're playing a solo game, it doesn't feel like he's in the way. I mean, he is in the way, believe me. But as far as making you take very complicated turns, no, he just moves 1. That's it. You don't have to worry about understanding him that much. He's just moving and moving it. So we're back to us, and I do want to get rid of some of these cards. I do want to collect some equipment because I would like to buy some cards. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I also want to collect my natives, and I think I'm going to do that first because the natives, see how these cards have the native symbols? I can, instead of using a card to power a card, I can use a native to power a card, a native as strength. So let's collect that, but let's be careful what we use to do that. So I don't think I'm going to move anymore. So let's do it like this. Okay, so this is my action. You move all of the natives to the center of the area, and then you can take as many as you want. And after you do that, you get rid of the deck builder card that's on the lowest spot and replenish. And I'm going to do it at strength 1 because I want to save my, well, because this is a strength 2 actually, so I can't do it at strength 2. So let's go. And again, if I would have thought about this more carefully, this has a fur symbol, so I could have collected more fur, which I'm not sure that I'm going to need, but you know, again, make smarter decisions than me, guys. Okay, so I am bringing everyone here. So there's the guy that I played, which that's why I collected the fur earlier, because now he's gone and now he won't provide that symbol. And then there's always a guy here that's going to get replenished. And then I can take as many as I want. Uh, I think I only won 1 because I'm about to camp, and if I have Indians here, I'm gonna have to pay time for them. So I think I'm gonna just take 1 for now. And then, like I said, there's a new Indian in town, and he starts down there. And that was my required part of the turn where I played a card. Do I want to buy cards? I still don't have the metal, the equipment, so I can't. Do I want to camp? I I still have cards in my hand. If you don't have cards in your hand and you don't have natives, you have to camp. You're required to camp. So this guy's just going to speed up ahead of me and we're going to go again. So my last one is, whoops, is going to be to collect metal. And I'm going to do it as strength 1. Like I said, you don't need a card. You can use an Indian or a native instead. So at strength 1, I'm going to collect how many metal? There's one symbol. You know what? I should have thought about that. Then I would have collected the other native because I need two. I need two for what I'm about to do. Because I want to buy cards. I want to spend these resources. It's a lot. All right. So let's say that I was smart and I thought it over. And I'm going to collect two because 2 times only 1 because there's nothing out here. All right. And that's the end of my turn. So, oh, actually, that's not the end of my turn. One of the optionals, I've been talking about optional stuff and not doing them. Now that I want to do them, I don't talk about them. I skip right through them. So I do want to get a card, and I believe it's this one, the one I want to get. This one for 3 wood would let me move 4. So it's actually more efficient than the one I have now. But if I use them both, I'm moving 6 on the water. Then I have to worry about moving on the mountains when I get to the mountains. But that's a problem for later, I guess. This is why I play dice chucking games where I don't have to think ahead because I'm not the best at thinking ahead. But you know, we're gonna do it. So this one costs, let's see, 2 fur and 2 equipment. And like I said, I can always rearrange this stuff around whenever I want. So I'm going to rearrange it so that when I camp, it's free. And then that and that. And the card goes into my hand, which is a problem that I did not think about. Everything moves down. And there we go. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't have any more natives and I don't have any more cards to power this up. So I really can't do anything with this card. So as an optional thing during my turn, I'm going to camp. And that way I'm going to show you guys what camping is all about. All right, so this is going to be a terrible camping experience for us. Well, not terrible, but it could have gone worse. So the first thing you do is you return all of your natives back to your boat. Yeah, it's going to be a terrible one. And then I should have paid less because this card was supposed to go away when I got my natives, and I totally forgot. But that's okay. We won't go back because, yeah, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to pay one less, one one less metal. It's okay. Well, we'll just keep it. Anyways, yeah, it's easy to forget that after you collect your natives, you're supposed to trash a card and just put it on the discard pile. Which I don't know if there's any cards that let you go and digging through the discard pile. I don't remember seeing any, but there might be. There's so many. That really makes the game special. Is all these cards are very. It gives you big replayability because you never know what you're gonna get out here, which can help you come up with a strategy. Again, if you're smart. All right, so we did all that. Sorry about that, and then we're gonna move backwards. Actually, I had one card in my hand. I should have counted that first. I had one card left in my hand, and this Indian is or native is gonna cost me 1 time. So 2 times. So guess where I'm at? Same spot. I'm at the same spot where I started. But it could be worse. I could be 2 spaces back, which is why there's a little bit of room here because you could. All right, so let's move on. I'm back. Actually, he needs to move back forward 1, so there he goes. And now I'm back. And what I want to do next? I think the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of one of these natives. No, not get rid of, but in a way, yes, get rid of. To get some wood because I know that my whole thing is running through the water with my wood. I guess I make planks and I just swim to the next spot and then go backwards because, of course, there was no sail on my plank. And that was it. That's all I did. So he keeps moving and I keep like lagging ahead, back there. I do want to collect some wood, which means I would have needed to go either here or here to make it a bigger wood, you know, collecting time. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the card that is not as powerful. Actually, I can use the other one because I'm not using it. So, and it's a yellow. This one. So this is the one that this is the starter card. It's I forgot what it's called, but It's the one that lets you move either through water or through mountains. You don't want to get rid of this one because there are ways to get rid of cards. I'll show you that in a second. So, but I'm moving with my wood, so I think I can use that one to power up uh, what? Power up collecting wood. It's just not going to be really good right now. I should probably play things. I do have 2 wood, so here's what I'm going to do. That's kind of crazy, but I think it could help. Well, I was going to say I was going to play this one um, to spend the 2 wood and move because I thought that had a wood symbol up there, but it does not. I want to play stuff that has a wood symbol up there so I can collect more wood when I do. But nothing has a wood symbol. Actually, collecting Indians has a wood symbol. So I guess we'll do that first. We just played a native, but we're gonna collect them right back. So I'm only playing a strength 1, that's all I need. I'm going to bring everybody here, and then I'm just gonna take them both because I might need them. And hoping that I'm making a good decision. I'm not really planning ahead again, which is not good. And I'm not gonna forget this time that this card, which hopefully I didn't want, is going away. Okay, and we get a new one. And this one is good for moving through mountains, and it's a strength 3 card, but it costs 2 metal, which I don't have, and 2 fur. I only have 1 fur. So end of my turn. That's all I did was collect Indians. So let's go collect natives. Next up, I'm going to collect wood, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of these natives to power this even more. So I am collecting it twice. So I can collect 1, 2, and there's nothing out here, but since I can collect it twice, I'm getting 4 wood, which seems to be part of my engine, and I'm gonna have to put it on my boats. And you don't have to check how much these things are heavying down on you, weighing you down until it's camp time. So it's okay right now that I'm full of stuff. I just gotta make sure that by the time I'm going to camp, I don't have that many. And I'm planning on using some of these wood, so that should be fine. But that was my turn. I collected wood thanks to my native and my card. I do not want to buy anything because I cannot afford it, and I definitely don't want to camp yet. So this guy's gonna move, and I feel like it's leaving me. I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, for my next action, I'm going to power this up with a native that I'm, of course, taking from the space that cost me time to do this twice. So I can spend 6. So I have 3 and I have 3 in order to move 8 spaces on the water and see if I can catch up to this guy. Also clearing my boat, which is great. I love that for me. So 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not even like that can I catch up to him. But at least I'm right behind him. Maybe there's later on I can jump him. I wish I would have had one more because then I would have gone right over him, but I don't. And that's my turn. And guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna say, "Well, see ya." All right, so we're back, and I still have 1 native, and I have 2 cards. This native is not gonna cost me anything, so I'm okay. The only problem is I can only carry 1 more resource, or else I'm gonna be losing time, and I don't want to since I made such good progress. So I have metal or fur. They're both good. I have 1 fur, so I guess I will collect. Let me see. There's a lot of fur to be collected, but I don't want to overload my boats because I'm about to camp. So I'm just going to collect metal, a strength of 1, and I only have 1. There are no natives in any of the spots, so I'm just getting 1 metal, which fits in my boat perfectly. And now I'm going to camp. And of course, uh, this native is in the way. I could take 1 more turn, but what am I going to do? I guess because if I take 1 more turn and put the native out and then camp, uh, I would, if I collect resources, they're just going to clog my boat, and it's going to be the same deal. And there's nothing. Let's see. I could not get this card. So could I get this card if I get 1 more metal? So I can get a metal and a wood here. What does this do? It's less time, infinite less time. If he's played, I mean, it can help me power something up. It's the only one I can afford, and it's the only way that I'm going to not waste time. So I guess let's do it. I'm going to, and plus I'm getting a wood for next time. So I'm going to go here and get a wood and a equipment. And then as an option, Oh wait, I need fur. No, no, that's not good. I need two fur, so this is not good. Is there a place where I could get fur? Two fur over here. Fur and a wood, but I only need one metal. Okay, so I guess I have to go here because this is one metal which I have, and then two fur. So I get two fur, and then I spend the two fur and the metal as my optional. By the way, he should have moved up once because I didn't camp. I was thinking about camping, but I didn't. I moved on to the next turn. So of course he's ahead again. So two fur and that, and I'm just gonna. Oh, but now I have the card, so it's the same deal. I'm gonna walk backwards one. Well, you know what? I did it, so I'm not gonna take it back because I've already taken back way too many things. This, yeah, this is why I play games where I just roll dice. But you know, I was asked in the channel. Somebody told me that I should play more Euro games. So here I am playing a Euro game. You can see I'm totally out of my element. But in any case, oh man, I keep not seeing these things. Okay, you know what? We're gonna camp. Actually, we don't have to camp anymore. We can do this. So yes, we are not going to camp. We're going to send him moving, and we're going to take one last turn. I'm going to, oh, I can't because I don't have a native to, so no, go back. We have to camp. Oh my gosh. We have to camp. So this guy comes back, and this guy, unfortunately, also comes back. I have one card in my hand, so I am going backwards twice. Oh man. And then all the cards come back into my hand, and I move the camp marker because at least now I'm a little bit ahead, but I don't know if I can catch him. And then of course he's going to say, yeah, you can't catch me. And that's it. So now we go again. And I have no wood because I went to collect something else. I should probably collect some wood, kind of do the same deal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I still have a lot of ground to cover. This guy is on the wrong spot. I would have liked for him to be in the wood spot, but he's not. Fortunately, I don't need the wood spot. So let's go over what these things do. Here you get a food and a fur. Here you get a metal and a wood. You already saw that one. Here you can spend two wood to get a canoe, but my cards are doing a lot better work of just letting me swim away with wood. Here, for 3 different resources, you can get a horse, which we're going to need. That's what you need to cross mountains. Over here, if you spend a food, you can copy an action that you've played or that the people next to you have played. Of course, in a solo game, it's just an action that you've played. Over here, for 3 wood, you can get one of these things that you get a choice. You can get, they're double-sided. So on this one, for example, when you buy it, you get 2 resources of your choice, of these 2. And then this can carry 2 resources for no time. And on the flip side, you can carry a lot more resources. You also get 2 free resources when you purchase it, but this one costs time. So, and then there's a similar one, but for the natives. When you purchase this, you get a native, and this can hold 1 native with no time cost, or you can get a native when you purchase it. You can carry up to 3 natives, but it costs a time. So those are great, but I am not the smartest at playing the game. So maybe I should be investing in that, but I'm not. And then this one, if you discard 3 of your cards, kind of thinning your deck a bit, you can get rid of all the cards that are in the market and replenish the market. So if you don't like anything that's here, you can do that as well. But I haven't even really looked into the market much. I do like this card, but acquiring 3 metal, I don't know if I can do that. But because this will help me move, of course, for 2 metal and 2 fur, I could move on the mountains, and then I should be covered. So I'm kind of eyeing that one, but let's see what happens. So the first thing I'm gonna do on my turn, I believe I'm going to recruit some Indians, some natives, and I'm doing it because of the wood symbol, if nothing else. So everybody comes back up here, and I'm taking them both, which might be a mistake, but I think I will, and I think I will deploy them out there to help me out. And then we get a new one. We're running out of natives. If you ever run out of natives, you're out of natives. And that was my turn. So of course this guy keeps going. And next up, I think I'm going to get some wood because I need my wood engine. So here's my wood card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to try and have an even number of cards in your hand if you can, because if not, you're going to have a card left over. or natives to be able to use your card. I think I only need one fur for this card and I have it. So I will use my fur card, which is only a strength 1. So I'm going to send a native, and I have to remember that I have a native out here, and if I have more than one, I'm going to be spending time. But I want more wood. So this will give me, or is there a place where I can send these guys that will help me with the wood? I don't really need a canoe. That's the thing. These two are really not the best way. I could get that, but I would need the wood to pay for it, and I don't have it. So I don't think there's any way around it. If I send 2, I can collect even more, but then of course I'm gonna spend time when I rest. So this will give me 4 wood. Huh. Should I get? I think if I do it like this, 3 times 2 is 6, which is what I need to use my powerful card twice. I will be going back though. But you know, it is what it is. You walk a little forward and then you walk a little backwards. I think it's better to get 6 than it is to just get 4 and then I have 1 left over. This way I can spend it all. I could be wrong though. 1, 2, that's 3. Yeah, did I do it right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I did. Okay. So there we go. And then of course he moves. And if I had 2 more, I could move another 2, but I don't. So with that said and done, we will do the same thing pretty much. We will use this one, which is my strength 2, to move. We'll put another guy, which is going to move us backwards. Maybe I should think about getting. You know what? Yeah, I need to get me something that will carry more natives. So I'm going to take a native. Oh, I should have done that before I collected the wood because he's going to the wood place. But now I didn't have the wood before. I have to spend 3 wood. Oh, I love wood so much. To get me an upgrade. And I'm going to get me the upgrade. This one only lets me carry 1 Indian, 1 native. I don't know that that's enough, but this was going to cost me time. So I think I'm just going to go with the one that lets me do 1 more. So I can have 2, which is what I have there already. So this guy has to go out. So, and I have only 3 wood. Let me do the wood. Oh, he moves because I did my action. And I still cannot afford any cards. So let's do the action where I move on the water so I can get rid of that wood. And I'm not going to power it up because now I only have 3. So a power 1 is more than enough. And I move 4. I'm not going to win this game. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see that now. And then I have 3 more cards in my hand. And a native is going to be a problem. All right, so for my next one, I'm going to come out here and collect a fur and collect a wood, food, which I did backwards. Fur is yellow, wood is red. And he's going to move. Use this card to move again. And I still have 1 card in my hand, which I'm not going to be able to use. And I can't power it up. But all I'm doing is I'm spending 2 food to move twice in the water. 1, 2. And I believe I'm out of things. I only have 1 card, no native, so I'm going to have to camp. So these guys come back. But now I can place 1 there and 1 here. Oh, and I was supposed to get a native when I did that, and I forgot. And well, you know what? There's another time then. Great. My plan's ruined. Oh well, it is what it is. So I'm moving backwards 1 and 2. So I did go forward a little bit, and then I get all my cards in my hand. I didn't want that native. Why did you have to? I wonder if that's optional. I should probably go check. If it was optional, I wouldn't have taken him. And I finished, so he's here. This is a water, but here you notice there's the 2 symbols, so you could use it either as a mountain space or as a water space. Of course, he doesn't care, he just moves. But for us, we could either do water or mountain. But if we were doing it with water and we had 1 extra water, let's say that I was him, and I could move 2 in the water, I wouldn't be able to. I would be able to move here because it's water, but I wouldn't be able to use it to move over to this mountain with my water action. Okay, so here we go again. We're doing great, guys. We're doing great. Why are you here? You are supposed to be over there. Oh no, maybe this is later. Okay. So I have a guy on the wood. This is my chance to collect wood, you guys. I guess we're gonna do it. Where's my wood? 2. I really hope I don't need wood. Food this time because I'm gonna use it to collect wood. And I'm gonna power it up so I can do it twice. Should I power it up again? I do have spots for 2 natives. If I power it up again, is 3 times 2 is 6. So yes, I think so because 6 is what I need to move it. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this is perfect. Okay. I think I get to move 8. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And where am I gonna put them? All right, let's see. I only got 6. Why do I have 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna move 8, but I only get 5 wood. And then guess what? He's gonna move here, so this is actually gonna work perfect. For the first time, I'm gonna make a smart decision. I think. So we're going to do it. We're going to use our card that lets us move in the water. What are we gonna power it with? I still kind of want to get that. So yeah, because that's gonna help me move in the. So I think I'm not gonna need this, although I could totally regret it. Let me double check. You know what? I'm not gonna need to move in the water anymore. So let's power it with that, because now I'm gonna need mountains. Okay, and if I send another native, I'm gonna have to spend move backwards 1. But I have so many of these that I really, and I don't think I have any strength 2 cards. I do. It's to collect natives. Okay, you know what? I guess I'm not collecting natives this time. So we'll do it like that. I'm gonna power it with strength 2 so that I can do it twice. And there's 3, and there's 3, and I get to move 4 times 2, 8. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And since I can't, I get a free mountain for free. That is awesomeness. And I'm not gonna camp. I cannot afford stuff, even though I would love this one. So I'm done. He moves and he's gonna jump me. So you know what? I feel like that was a wash. Okay. I was so excited, and then for what, Annabelle? For what? Alright, I really need to get this card so I can start moving. I do have a card, this one, that lets me move in the mountains, but I would need a horse. And in order to get a horse, I need 3 different resources, and I have all the same resources. But I could go out there and get, for example, these 2, which would be different, and then I can move with my little horse. It's only 2, but it's not bad. And I do need to get that Indian out there, a native. So let's do it. Let's go here, and it's a metal and a wood. So, okay. And then of course he moves. And if I use it now, I can jump, but of course then he's gonna jump me. So it's the jumping game. But I would like to jump. So let's jump. So this is the card I'm gonna play to move 2 in the mountains with my, oh actually no. I have to go over here with a native that I do not own. So that I can then use my 3 different resources. So that didn't work out very well. Okay, I need 2 more metal. Can I get 2 more metal? There are no metals here. Now would be a nice time to collect wood, wouldn't it? There's a metal there, so I think so. Let's collect metal because I need to get rid of these resources. What do I not need? I don't need the water, so here's a water one. Okay, so I collect 1 and 2. Actually 3. So I can, oh no, 2 metal. This is the metal guy. I think that's all I need. And then I'm going to spend the 2 that I got, plus the 1, plus one of these. And I'm going to get me this one, which is now going to kind of force me to diversify and get some metal and some fur if I want to move on the mountains. So wood is no longer my friend. Alright. Okay, and of course, he's gonna move. My resources fell off the boat. Let's pick them up. All right, I can't use this card now because I don't have all the resources, so I'm gonna use it to power up because that's a power 3, and that's 3 times, that will be 1, 2, let's look over here, nothing. So I could get 6 fur. How much fur do I need for this? 2. What am I going to do with all that fur? Where am I going to put it? I can only fit 1 without costing me time, and I'm going to be camping soon. So, well, I can fill this boat up, and no matter how much it is, it's only 1 time. So let's take, I could take 3, so let's take them because it's not going to make a difference. No, I could take 6, is that what I said, right? 3 times 1, 2, yeah, 3 times 2 is 6, Annabelle. Alright, so I'll take 4. Put 3 here, and 1 on my front boat. Okay, and that's it. He moves, down he goes. And then for my last one, I'm going to do this one, which is kind of funky. But I don't really have anything else. I mean, this card is to collect, or to move, and I don't have the resources to move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this one. And when this guy is played, he has no effect right now. But when I do my camping, which will be in a minute, he takes away 1 of the backward movements. So he saves me a time. And I will do camping because I have nothing else. So I will bring back my natives. Boom and boom, and I think this is the first time where I have not spent any time. So he actually doesn't do anything because he saves me time, but I do not spend any time. Actually, I do spend 1 time here, so you know what? Thank you, John. You did it. You saved us the time from this one. So my camping comes all the way here, which is the closest I've ever been to him. And that's it. I collect all my cards into my hand again. Go, and at the end of my turn he moves, so he's down here. Okay, so now I need, what was the other thing I need? Metal, I think. Yes, I've got the fur, I need the metal. I actually can do the fur twice, so is there a way that I can collect 4 metal? There's a metal guy here, but that's about it. He's also in the place where I could collect metal, so he's in the way, pretty much. There's nowhere else where I could collect metal, so there's only 1 there. There's my metal card. Let's power it up. Let's use the water ones because I don't need water anymore. So that's a strength 2 in the water. Is the other water, I'm just checking to see if the other water has a, what do you call it, a metal, because that would be helpful. No, it's a fur. So anything else that has a metal? That's the one I need, so I can't use that one. How convenient. Alright, so let's do it like that. So I can collect 2. I can actually send a native if I needed to. Let's see, right now I'm at 2 times 2, 4, which I think is what I said I needed. So yeah, 1, 2 times 2, 4. So let's do it like that. And I should be scared seeing all these resources on my boat, but I'm about to use them. And of course he moves down, he's almost about to get to the water. Alright, let's do it. Let's use our new card, this one, and we need to use it twice, but we can power it up with a native. So let's use another one of the water cards that I'm not going to need. I think I used them all. Where's my other water card? Oh, here it is. Okay. So there's my other water card, strength 1, so I'll take a native, and now I can do it twice. So it's 4 metal and 4 fur, and I can move 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, actually I can move 6. I did it twice. 1, 2. Wait. I was here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Haha! I am back on the water. So wood is our friend again. Of course, this guy's gonna jump over us, but that's okay. I still cannot afford anything here, so there he goes. He's going to run ahead, and it's our turn again. So maybe I should have saved the water, the water cards, because I used them for strength, and now I'm back in the water. See how I don't plan ahead? All right. Infinite plus 2 water. You know what? That's not bad. I need another metal. I need 2 metals. So let's go collect some metal. I think I already collected some metal though, so I can't do it. It's really good though. I like that one. Let's see. Okay, for my next one, I'm going to collect food. And the reason why I'm doing it, and I only need 1. I think I'm only going to get 1. There's 1 here. There's actually, I could collect up to 2. But I'm planning on collecting wood for my next turn so I can move in the water. And the reason why I'm doing that is so that I can get me a, what is it? I don't need a horse anymore. What am I talking about? Well, I'm going to be needing a horse here. And it'll reduce the clutter. So that was the plan, so let's stick to it. I don't know how this is going to go, guys. Okay, I'm not thinking straight. You guys make me nervous is what it is. Alright, so I get my first horse, which I don't need yet until I get out of the water. And then he moves. And then for my next turn, I'm going to try and collect me some wood because we're back to wooding. Is that a thing? I don't know if that's a thing. Yeah, because, okay. So let's collect some wood with strength 2. Of course, where am I going to put it on my boat? That is a problem. So I'm going at a strength 2. That's not it. I put it backwards. Oh, no, that's not it either. Where's my wood collecting thing? Here it is. There's my wood. And I don't think I'm going to get any natives this round. So we'll do that strength 2. Although I don't think I want to grab all that because it's going to weigh me down. But I have 1, 2, 3, and then out here 4 times 2, that will be 8 wood. Yeah, let's see. So there's 4 and 7 and 8. How many of that do I want? I can fit 2 here. And this one is going to be 1 time no matter what. I would love to keep them all because I think I need 6, I think. I know next time I'm going to play my say 1 time card. So I really don't want to be spending, so let's see, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'll keep 1 more because I'm pretty sure I needed 6. 3, 4, 5, 6 for what I'm about to do. So it is what it is. And then he moves. And yes, like I said, I'm going to play this card, which has no effect, but I'm going to be saving in time, which is what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to camp. So my native comes back. I only have 1 native now, and I have no cards in my hand, but I do have to spend 1 time here and 1 time per resource here, which is 1. But he saved me 1 time, so I go back 1. Oh no! Well, this is a water. It's either or, so it's okay. I'm not. Could be worse. I keep saying that, right? Okay, and then I get all the cards back into my hand, and he moves. Keeps on going. All right, water time. I have everything I need, don't I? So let's just move it before I forget. If I move, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only 6. So I'm not gonna need my other water one until I get out of the water again. Just in case, I'm gonna do it like this. I don't know. I'm starting to doubt myself. All right, so I need to do it twice. So let's send a native to power it up. I can collect 1 more native and I will still not lose any time. So that's going to be done twice, and it's 3, so yeah, it's 6. So I was right. I needed 6. I remembered, and I can move 8, which I think it's only 7 or 5 or 6, but at least we'll get to the edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6. And now, of course, even though I have 2 more movements, I can't use them. All right, and then he's gonna jump me again. Oh my goodness, I am so helping him. Like, I think I'm on their team instead of on my own team. Well, all right, that's done. I only have 1 horse to my name. Oh, I have a horse. Oh, okay. Well, then let's do that. I guess I would have, if I would have noticed that I had a horse, I would have played it like that. Because this is my thing that now I want to play that lets me move with the horse. Oh, Annabelle, you're doing horribly. And what am I going to power that up with? After I move the horse to, where am I? I'm here. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, you know what? I need to wait one more turn so that I can jump him and be back on the water. That's what's going to have to happen. So once I'm back on the water, what do I need? I need wood. So let's go collect some wood so we're prepared. So there's one. That's one thing about the game, that you know what he's gonna be doing all the time, like where he's gonna be. So it kind of helps you plan ahead. Not that I'm doing the best job at it, but if you could plan ahead, you could. I'm not gonna need to move there, so let's really power up my wood. So it's a power 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow, 3 times 3 is 9 wood. I only need 6, so let's just take the 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I won't even be able to use 6 because I already used my card that uses 6. What I have is the one that uses 2. But if I power it up 3 times somehow. So let's go for 3 and see, because I'm not thinking that much ahead, which I probably should in a game like this. Okay, we'll do it like that and pray to God that we got it right. So he moves, and I need him to move one more, don't I? Oh, I don't think I moved him last time. I don't remember if I did. No, I didn't. So yeah, he would be here because that was part of the plan, I think. All right, so there's my horse moving thing, and I want to keep my water one. I want to keep my time if possible, so it's either fur or metal. We'll spend the fur. And then I'm only powering it once because I only have one horse to move. Oh, wait, no. I got it right. So it's 1, 2, and boom, I get one for free. That's what it was. That was the plan. And then, of course, he's going to jump me because that's what he does. It's so close, guys. You know what? I'm glad it was close because I thought he was just going to beat me. Of course, it's not really close because my camp is still all the way back here. But hopefully I can get my camp there soon. I only have a couple turns left. Let's see. I've got my wood, so I'm ready to go. I just need to find a way to power this. And I think I'm going to have to go get my Indians if I want to do that. My natives. Because I'm going to need to power it. Yeah, I'm going to play this one because I'm going to need to power this one 3 times in order to use all my resources and really move. Although I only need, let's see how many I have to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I need to move. So I do need to power it 3 times. So I'm gonna need an Indian because my last card is only a 1. I'm gonna need 2 Indians, 2 natives. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm going to put them all here. And I'm only gonna take 2 because even if I take 2, I have one out there already. I can only hold 2, but I need the 2, so it's gonna have to be like that. And then my last one, I'm going to play my guy that saves me time, and then he's gonna move. It's so close. And then actually he's not gonna move yet. I'm going to camp because I'm out of things. So, oh wait, what am I talking about? I need to. I need to do this, guys, not the camping thing. So I'm going to power it up. Oh my gosh, I'm going crazy. So I can do it 3 times. So 2, 4, 6. Oh man. Okay, let's see. And I get to move 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think, guys, we kind of have it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe not. I'm out of things, so I have to camp. Unfortunately, I have 1 too many Indians. So I have no cards in my hand though, so all I move backwards is 1. So guess what? We did it like perfect. We are on the fort. I think I got that right. So I mean, 2 more turns, 3 more turns, and he would have beaten us. So I mean, not, it was close. I like it. It was great. This is a great game. I do enjoy this one a lot. It's a lot to keep track of. So I think when you're playing with more players, that can help you keep track of things and remind you, hey, you didn't do this, oh, you forgot to do this. Because I might have made tons of mistakes. I will check during edit. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was Lewis and Clark. Well, guys, there you have it. That was a full run through of Lewis and Clark. Lewis and Clark: The Expedition. I probably made a ton of mistakes. It's a lot to keep up, and it's easier when you're playing with other players, but at least you have an idea of what the game feels like. It is a fun one. If you like this game, I also recommend The Search for El Dorado. I think it's what it's called. It's also a race game. It's a lot simpler, and it's a ton of fun. So check that out if you haven't done so already. But I'm hoping that you enjoyed this one. Now, as always, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you just found us, I'm so glad you guys are here. You are excellent. Like, my viewers are so encouraging. I gotta say, most of the comments that I get, or I think so lately, all the comments that I get are positive, and you're always encouraging me and always just giving me encouragement. Really, it's just what it is, giving me support, and I appreciate that so much. I wanna just give you guys a big thank you. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the village. I appreciate you being here. Remember, we're on social media, so you can follow us there as well, and I will see you guys on the next one. So until then, may you play more games.